And welcome to probably a relatively short video. I do apologise if I'm a bit quiet here, but I did say this on Twitter and on Facebook that I was going to do this, so here it is. If you're unaware, the Star Wars Battlefront live beta is out now to the public. I was lucky enough, thanks to someone on Twitter, I was able to get a hold of a beta key for the PC version. I chose PC because I wanted to see if my computer could run it. And I've been playing for the past couple of days for a wee while. I actually did quite a long session one night, and I thought I'd at least give my quick thoughts on the game at least. Now, this is actually my first Battlefront game. I never played the other Star Wars Battlefront games because either I didn't know about them or they just didn't appeal to me. Now, of course, this isn't my standard type of game. I'm not a first-person shooter kind of guy, unless the first-person shooter has a story. This is primarily a multiplayer beta, and I thought let's give it a try and see if it's at least enjoyable. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I had a lot of fun with it. I actually did enjoy playing it. I didn't play with any of my friends, unfortunately, because most of them got on console. I decided to play on PC just because I wanted to test it. And I will say this very much. The beta actually runs surprisingly well, actually. I did note a couple bits of stutter and frame droppage and a couple of texture issues here or there, but that was only after playing it for like an hour or so. Overall, the stability of the game is actually surprisingly good. Now there are only really two game modes in the beta right now. Well, three if you count the single player horde mode, which is actually probably my favourite part in all honesty. There's a claim the pod, which is basically capture the flag, which is kind of like King of the Hill. You pods drop, you go, you claim them, you defend them, and vice versa. And then there's the battle on Hoth. Which is the AT-ATs, I think they're called, if memory serves me. Basically, they're heading towards the rail base, the Rebels versus the Imperials. And I've played both of them, mostly the Hoth one because that's the one that everyone plays. And I had a lot of fun playing it. It was a lot of fun. I did get a bit salty in some instances, I will happily admit that. But it actually plays really well. I actually did enjoy it, and that's very kind of surprising. I think most of the fact that I enjoyed it was the fact that it was Star Wars. The firing a blaster, flying an X-wing or an A-wing or a TIE fighter is extremely satisfying. I had a lot of fun playing it, and it was kind of enjoyable. And that's just kind of the thing I was very surprised about, that I actually had fun playing it. I could definitely see myself playing this on a semi-regular basis, maybe once or twice a week, having a bit of fun, maybe hopping online, playing a couple of multiplayer matches with the clan and various friends out there. I had a lot of fun playing it. Now, I will say the game is actually it's in beta, so there's probably a lot of changes that they're still going to make before the game actually comes out. But if this is what the game's got, a little taste of what the game's going to be like, I actually kind of like the way it's going. Now, there are a lot of people complaining, unfortunately, because of the unbalanced issues in the game, which is the Imperials are vastly more powerful than the Rebels. The Rebels just, in all honesty, especially in the battle on Hoth, just barely stand a chance against the Imperials. But that, in my opinion, is kind of thematically appropriate because that makes sense. A rebellion would be vastly underpowered compared to an organised military base. That's kind of the whole point of Star Wars. A rebellion that is vastly underpowered going up against an empire. And I actually kind of like that, and it kind of makes it that bit more sweet when the rebels actually win. And I've actually been on a team where the rebels won, and it just made it that much more fun. The fact that we were able to beat this overwhelming, powerful force with ragtag people and under-equipped people and very poor ships. Like, if you don't know Star Wars, the X-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, those ships are like salvage, basically. They're not the greatest ships in all of the verse. They're what they can get a hold of ramshackled together. Compared to a TIE fighter, they're vastly underpowered, but it was still fun, and I've been on the Imperial side as well playing it, because they do a good job of, like, one round you'll play as the Rebels, then the other round you'll play as the Imperials, but it's surprisingly fun. I enjoyed it a lot playing with that, especially on the Rebels side, where I guess there are power-ups in the game where you get to play as either Vader or Luke. I didn't get a chance to experience any of them. I almost got it once, but then I was gunned down by a filthy Imperial. But those kind of little things, like the little bit of music cue that isn't it just felt good. And I think the one thing I have to say about this Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, is it definitely feels like Star Wars. It felt like a sci-fi adventure. It felt like I was part of the rebellion. It felt like I was part of the Imperial Empire. It felt really good, and I surprisingly enjoyed it. Now, of course, this is coming from someone who is not a pro-level MLG player. I play these kind of games for mindless fun. But I surprisingly did have a lot of fun, and surprisingly it was enjoyable. I did get salty, but it was never it was my fault for getting salty, because there are people out there who are better players than me. The only bad thing, of course, is the same bad thing with any multiplayer community, is the assholes. There are the people who, they're lucky enough there's no voice chat in the game, I believe. It was primarily just a text chat. But, yeah, there were assholes, but that's basically in any multiplayer community. There are going to be assholes. People complaining, people doing this, that. The community so far has not made an impression. I end up turning off the chat, in all honesty. I can definitely see if you have a group of friends playing this, you could have an absolute blast if you're playing as the Imperials or the Rebels. And there are multiple game types by the looks of it, so this is definitely something I definitely might look into. But I rather enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing it, and in all honesty, if this is a taste of what's going to be coming, if I have some spare cash, I could definitely see myself picking up Battlefront and playing it on a bit of a regular basis. Now, whether I pick it up on PC or PS4, it doesn't really matter. But I had fun playing it, and I would actually say if you get a chance to play the open beta this weekend, definitely go play it. At least give it a try and see how you feel. I will definitely say it will take a bit of getting used to, I will admit, and when you first start off, you're going to get your ass handed to you. But same with any game, once you practice it and enjoy it. But I would definitely recommend playing it with friends rather than playing it with random people. It's definitely going to be more enjoyable that way. But yeah, I enjoyed Battlefront. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely excited to see what they do with the rest of the game and the single player aspect of it as well. But of course, I forgot to talk about the Horde mode, which is basically a very enjoyable thing. You play as a rebel fighting off, basically Imperials. It's an incredible amount of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I had fun playing it, and I would definitely recommend if you get a chance to play the beta. I believe it is going to be an open beta fairly shortly. Definitely give it a try. Now, of course, this is nothing to the full game. When the full game comes out, we don't know how it's going to be. But this so far has at least given me a little bit of a taste that I might even consider picking up the full game a little bit down the line. But we'll wait and see what happens. Other than that, I think that's about it. Have you played Battlefront? Have you played the Battlefront beta, and what are your thoughts on it? Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you played the Battlefront beta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? Give me your reasons why, of course. And of course, are you excited for Battlefront, and will you be picking it up? Other than that, I think that's about everything else. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click that subscribe button. Other than that, I thank you for watching. As always, I'm Scottish1 Day 2. I'll see you all next day. Ciao for now.